All right, you guys, welcome to Hanging with TTO. It is Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're super excited that you guys hopped on. I have JoJo Williams with me. She's down there in the bottom, well, my right corner, waving to us right now. So if you haven't done so, get everybody that you know on this webinar. I was just running to the computer, so I'm like out of breath. Oh, breathy. Hey.
Okay. We call it hanging with TTO for a reason, right?
Right. So if you guys haven't done so, get everybody that you know on here. Just kind of a reminder that we do a tip of the day call Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You also have a Google Hangout on Thursday night at 9 p.m. It's an opportunity hangout, usually hosted by Cedric Harris, but you'll also see the likes of people like JoJo Williams, who will run that hangout, sometimes Sharon Jola. All different kinds of leaders come and do that hangout as well. So you want to get your prospects on that hangout. You also have the Millionaire Mindset call at 9 p.m. on Sundays. You really don't want to miss those. Make sure that you stay plugged into them. Make sure that your team stays plugged into those Millionaire Mindset calls as well. The last one that we did was 10 tips to being a better leader. There were some fantastic notes in there. It was amazing. So you want to make sure that you are staying plugged into everything. We have a new chat feature inside of Hanging with TTO. So if you're with us, please feel free to, hold on, I'm going to get it out. Yeah, you guys are saying hi. So, say hi. Hi, Michael Newkirk. Hey, Marcy. Hey, Diane, Felly, Gil, whoever is all excited. I'm going to.
Marcy.
Hey. So we have some really great topics that we want to cover for you tonight. One of them is being a product of the products, which is something that JoJo is really passionate about. You know this because we see, let's just hold on. I hope you guys know, if you don't know who JoJo is, go to Facebook and check out JoJo. But I'm just going to zoom in on JoJo's face, okay? You know that JoJo is a product of the products because she has beautiful skin, beautiful face. You know that she is the Zen body woman. So we want to talk to you guys about being a product of the product. We also want to talk to you guys about being consistent, staying a part of the team, and showing up. So, Miss JoJo Williams, I'm so happy to have you back with me. Thank you so much. I love seeing your beautiful face. I just put the camera on there, and I'm just going to leave it.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here with you. And, it's summertime. I don't like to wear much makeup during the summer, and I'm really grateful for our skincare line that I've been using for the past 19 months and the amazing difference in fine lines and wrinkles on my face. I'm blown away. But you know what I really think our secret weapon is that I've been taking faithfully this entire journey with Janess is the Affinity.
Yeah.
All of our products, one of the things that I think we're really blessed with here is that all of our products render results. From 2-minute results, which don't forget the power of instantly ageless. I just posted a picture the other day. I was playing with it on my face. I haven't used it in a long time, and because I'm really hooked on Luminous, long-term skincare. And I took a picture and got a bunch of customers just off that. Don't forget about the power of instantly ageless. People want to look flawless in 2 minutes, but move quickly. I always do with everybody. I shift very quickly to the Luminous. That's something that people are going to reorder month after month after month, and because the product is amazing. And the Affinity, it's one of our products that you don't see a result with right away, but over time you really will. But you know that it's working on a cellular level, protecting your DNA. And if you're not using Affinity, if you haven't studied it, if you're not sharing this amazing, what I refer to as my secret weapon, with your friends and family, you really, really should be. And then, of course, Zen Body. We all know that I've lost over 100 pounds in 7 months with Zen Body. And what an amazing journey. If you go on my page, you'll see I went to the doctors today, and my blood pressure is 117/66 with 59 beats per minute heart rate. And let me just disclaim that we don't treat, cure, prevent any type of diseases with our products, but it's just a common, well-known thing that when you get in shape and lose weight, you get healthier. You actually add years to your life. And so just the combination of using the skincare, using all of our products, and really working the Zen Body program, learning how food works in combination with my body has rendered amazing results. And what it also renders is customers, right, Cheryl?
Right on. Definitely, for sure. So I know that you were just saying that you liked Affinity. I thought it would be really cool if we talked about some of our, I know, like, say everything is our favorite product, but something maybe like, we know instantly ages, but maybe one of the skincare products that you think is your, like, I can't get enough of the mask. I wonder, like, can you use the mask more than 3-4 times a week? Because that's happened. I really, really like it. I
The
like them
mask
all.
is
Like, oh.
amazing, and I could bathe in the serum. But I have to say, with losing a lot of weight and being older, you know, you guys, I have 7 grandchildren, and losing a lot of weight. And this is the second time in my life that I've lost a major amount of weight, actually the third time. And so your skin, especially in parts of your body, like under your arms or, you know, your inner thighs, these areas as we get older and skin has been stretched out and then, you know, the elasticity kind of gives, I swear by the body renewal. I use it every single day and I really see such an amazing difference. I actually have a customer who orders 3 bottles a month of that. She literally, I thought I was obsessive with the body renewal. But being on a weight loss journey, it's really important to take care of all the skin on my body. And I do a lot of working out added to that. But a lot of my customers are losing weight without doing the workout. I do that because I want my skin to tighten back up. That's really important for me. But knowing that I have skincare that backs that up is it's hard to pinpoint a favorite. But if I was talking skincare, I would have to say the body renewal and absolutely the serum.
Right on. You know, I think we talk about the serum a lot, the cleanser, it all comes in that basic skincare package. And I think people forget about I'm always like, the mask, the mask. People forget about the mask. But the body renewal cream too, like I put it all over my belly, whatever. I can get personal. But I think it's amazing. And just, you know, like she just said 7 grandchildren. You just see
And I'm
her
a young
skin all shiny,
grandmother.
all like beautiful. It's all radiant in the camera. And she's like, and I have 7 grandchildren. And I'm like, oh,
You know
that's,
what? You are radiant, young
oh,
lady.
thank you.
We were just talking before we went live about the fact that she could be my daughter because she forgets that there's such a big age gap between we're so close, and on a maturity level, an emotional level, she's rocket, let me tell you. You guys, the cool thing about our skincare, and one thing that I would really point out to people, because, you know, here's one of the things that people forget. A lot of people that I've talked to, that I've coached, forget that people spend amazing amounts of money on skincare. If you walk into Macy's or anywhere, anybody who has money spends money on skincare. You look online, we are actually very competitively priced, even our retail pricing, in comparison to major lines that all they do is sit on the top of your skin and make your skin feel good. They don't work on a cellular level. And one of the themes to every product that we are blessed to use and share here in Jeunesse is that everything is designed to work on a cellular, under the skin level, to actually do some work, you know, to go to work. So remember that when you're talking to people. That's something that I share with everybody that I share the skincare with. And here's the thing. This is what I want to really stress to you guys today. Being a product of the product is so important, because my products sell themselves, because everybody I know is like, Jojo, you look amazing. I can't believe it. What are you doing? And that's only if they get the opportunity to ask me before I share with them. But these, you know, the people in my life, they've seen the transformation taking place. So it's so easy to share amazing products. And the thing is, you know, early on in my career, I've always been a builder. I like to build teams, and I like to make money in the industry. And, you know, I do this as a profession. This is my life. And, but I didn't understand the value of customers early on. And so when I came in, I went to work learning how to recruit, and that's what I learned how to do first. So when I started shifting and focusing more on customers, I realized, wow, this is simple. Like, this is so easy to share products that render great results with people that are actually going to add tremendous value to their lives is so much easier than trying to explain to somebody why they should invest in a home-based business. Because unless somebody's looking for one, there's a lot of objections to overcome with that. And what I've discovered is if you start people off as a customer, they generally convert into distributors all on their own because they become a product of the product, a walking testimony, because these product renders great results. And so next thing you know, they're going, oh, my cousin Susie wants some of this. And I'm going, well, you're a wholesale customer. You have a link. Did you know that Susie can buy that from you and you could actually make the commissions off of it, if they're already a wholesale customer? And then I kind of gauge who I want to really pitch the wholesale and the retail thing to. I know we had talking about that a little bit, when in the area of Zen Body. I'm very realistic. A lot of people will start a diet and will not finish it. So I focus a lot on retail sales with our Zen Body product. The markup is so close, and so I'll focus more on retail sales with Zen Body. And if they stay to it and they want to keep going, and I stay in contact with them through that, then I'll focus on them getting signed up for a wholesale membership. Like those retail sales off of Zen Body, even just the Prime. You might know somebody who's not feeling good this week, and $15 for a bottle of Prime, your cost or whatever the retail price is on that, that counts as a customer. And so I really would suggest doing what we're doing and really focusing on customers, because it's just simpler. It's easy to sell to customers and they really do convert on their own. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, don't you think it is so much easier to talk about something that it's like talking about your favorite, I don't know, who's your favorite? I only drink water. So your favorite bag of chips, your favorite whatever. But it's so much easier to talk to somebody about, your favorite product. I could tell somebody about the mask. Don't you think it's easier to talk about your favorite product than it is, okay, start a home-based business?
Well, we've been recommending things to people our whole life and never making any type of a commission off of it, right? We see a great movie, we recommend that movie. We go to a great restaurant, we recommend that. We recommend things all the time. We recommend our hairstylist. We recommend a babysitter. We recommend a housekeeper. We're recommending people all the time that we don't make a commission off of. But then people get this block inside of them when it comes to recommending your own products. And I'll tell you why that is. Because you don't want to be a walking commercial. And I resonate deeply with that. Let's be honest, in this day and age, pretty much everybody watching this probably has DVR on demand, some form of television where you can fast forward through the commercials, and you do. And before that happened, you likely muted them, right? Nobody wants to listen to commercials unless it's Super Bowl and they're funny. Some of us only watch football for the commercials, but you get the point. You get where I'm going with this. The key is not to be a walking commercial who every time you see somebody, you're shoving products in their face, because then you're a commercial. Every time they see you on Facebook in their news feed, you're posting a link. You'll notice if you go through my Facebook page, you have never once seen me post my Janess link. It is not in my about section. I don't give people the opportunity to go to my site without having spoken to me first. Because if I don't get the opportunity to speak to them, I don't know what their needs are. I don't get to develop that conversation, that dialogue that helps me to understand what it is that they want. Because it doesn't really matter what I'm selling. What's the point of talking to them about a product that serves no value to them, when I have this other product over here that could serve great value to them and fill a need that they have? But I don't know that because I'm too busy posting my link and shoving what I think is the best product in their face. I like to get to know people, find out what it is that they want. What would they like to change in their life if they could? And, what things about their health or their looks, and find where their insecurities are and show them, or their issues or whatever the case is, and show them how I have something that actually can fill that need. And so that's key. Don't be a walking commercial. Make sure that you're engaging with people in regular life, right? I don't just call people randomly who I haven't spoken to in a year and tell them they should buy my great skincare. If I haven't spoken to somebody in a year, I need to reestablish a dialogue and get to know them. And quite honestly, they'll usually say, yeah, I saw you on Facebook. You look amazing. What is your secret? because I'm not calling them to talk about my product. People that I talk to on a regular basis, I absolutely call them up. This is part of the business, reaching out, not being afraid of the phone. These people know me, and especially my hot and my warm market, they know me, and I'm going to call them and ask them to be a customer.
Right
Really
on.
just ask them to be a customer. You've got to try these products. I know you see the results that I'm having. So tell me, what results would you want? And I'll tell you what products I have that are going to work best for that.
Right on. You know, Jojo, one of the things that I think that we should point out to people, or that I follow you and watch as well, as we talk about the products and not being a walking advertisement. You know, you, like your Facebook page, I call it my reality show, and I have to be so entertaining that I can keep them there for the commercials, right? Like, I want to keep them there for the commercials, or not even have them notice that I'm doing a commercial, but still letting people know that I take great products. Or Jojo does this, is somebody that I follow to watch the way that she does it, because it's amazing. You will notice Jojo never posts a link. It's something that I watch. It's not a huge list of Jeunesse, or skincare, Zen body. It's more of like story. Can you kind of give us an idea of maybe some of the posts that stand out to you, or something that people can do on their Facebook wall, instead of, as we see, even with the videos, you guys don't have to do videos about Jeunesse all the time. Take it from Jojo, who doesn't do videos all about Jeunesse all the time, or post even every single day about Jeunesse, but people still come to Jojo and talk to her about it, even without posting a link. So I don't know. I get really crazy passionate about that, because I think it's important. You want to keep people tuned into your show. And Jojo does this fantastically. So if you can give us some tips on that, Jojo, I think that would help people.
Absolutely. I would love to, because I would really love to see all of our beautiful TTO families start shining your light, really putting it out there. It's about presenting lifestyle, who you are. And when I say presenting lifestyle, I'm not talking about that fake it till you make it junk, where you pretend you have all this money and flashing bank account numbers and checks. And first of all, that's not even compliant anyways. Don't do that. I'm talking about real life, the things that make you relatable to others, the things that are entertaining. You know, I brought this up on our last hangout, Cheryl, because I can't help but laugh about it. That video where you fell out of the chair.
Oh,
Right? And I don't know if you saw Jen, I've got this video I did a couple years ago for my team, to show them that you shouldn't be afraid to make videos. You don't have to, don't brand your company, brand yourself.
Yeah.
But be a product of the product. So you're branding your products while you're branding yourself. You see, I do that with Zen Body. And you know, every time I post a before and after picture or a weigh-in, I get a couple new customers.
Mm-hmm.
Did it start off that way week one? No. And do you know how many of those people have said, man, I'm just kicking myself in the rear. I can't believe I didn't start when you started. If I had started when you started, I would already be at goal, because they had less weight to lose than I do. And I go, it's okay. Like, you needed to see that the product works, you see. So the consistency. Now, when I talk about lifestyle, I'm talking about you. Like, who are you? What are your thoughts? What are the funny things that happen in your day? What matter to you? What things can you discuss and talk about? And one of the things that is really important to me is walking a path of being very self-aware. So you don't see me doing a bunch of rant videos where I'm talking about how these type of people suck or those type of people suck. I keep negativity off of my page, because it's not in my life. It's not in my life. I really work on, you know, being self-aware and loving all people. You know how I feel about that, Cheryl. Sorry.
For sure.
Bring her off here. I also think before every single post, I always think, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. How is this going to be received by the viewer? What value am I adding to their day? Am I adding laughter? Am I adding joy? Am I adding insightfulness, something to think about? And a lot of my posts are really spiritual in nature, really self-aware. And pretty much the people who are the closest to me, which are a lot of you, know that everything that I'm posting in some way usually relates to my life or somebody in my life. These are lessons that I share as I go. I'm a big fan of, sharing my journey as I go. So I post random stuff, just insights and things that I get, and also different messages that I get, different energy and stuff that's going on in the world. And I feel the need to share that too. So I'm Cheryl labeled me the spiritual gangsta.
Yes, I did.
Which is cute. I love it. And so that's the me I present, because that's who I am, right? And you're going to get a lot of advice on fitting into a mold, a cookie cutter mold of what a network marketer should look like. But I'm going to tell you the truth. Those cookie cutters aren't the ones who make it. Those cookie cutters aren't the ones who are branded. And if you truly live a cookie cutter life, then present that, because that's authentic. There's something so special and magical about being your true authentic self and just sharing that self. See, the thing is that many of you watching right now don't believe that your story is as good as ours. And that's just not true. I said to Cedric Harris once, and I know he'd be okay with me saying this. I said to Cedric, let me ask you a question. If you had met me when I weighed 430 pounds, in a wheelchair, on several medications, on disability, living in a travel trailer, would you have prospected me? Cedric said, ouch. I said, I know, and most people wouldn't have. The only person who did was my sister, because she has always seen something in me that I didn't see in myself. And how many people do you know that you think wouldn't like your products or wouldn't like this opportunity, don't have the money, wouldn't do anything with it? They could be your next Cheryl Coco, your next Cedric Harris, your next JoJo Williams. Nobody would have thought, other than my sister, that I would have done the great things that I've accomplished so far to date in my career and will continue to go on to do, because I was a 430-pound woman on disability in a travel trailer, in a wheelchair, on medications.
Right.
So since I brought that up, let's not prejudge anybody. But from the very beginning of my journey, I was already on a journey of writing and sharing my story on a blog that I was accumulating followers on. So it was easy for me to continue to do that. So always sharing my journey, where I'm at. And there were times in the beginning of my career when I fell into that kind of fake it till you make it model from bad coaching. And I quickly realized, like, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't resonate with who I am. And I just posted stuff that is relevant to my life. And my life is genuinely, I wake up every morning saying thank you. And I go to bed every night saying the same thing. And I work really stringently to be love every day. And that means loving it all, even the bad parts of it. So I share that too. On the weeks I gain weight, I share that too. Be a product of the product, share your life, promote yourself, make people feel like they can connect with you because you're a real person. Because out of the 8 billion people on the planet, there are thousands that will resonate with you and your story will be the most inspirational and the most special to them, because it reminds them of them. I don't remind everybody of them, only some people. Right. Cheryl doesn't remind everybody of them. There's thousands of people who will resonate with you, so share you.
Right on. I want to point out to people, one of the things is being authentic on video or talking to JoJo, things like that. You know what? I've met JoJo in Vegas once, in Orlando, and back in several times, Vegas again. And it's the same JoJo, right? Like it's got to the point where you talk to somebody, and even before this hangout, JoJo knew a look that I gave. Right? Like, she instantly called me out. She's like, why do you do that look when I say that? Like, somebody will notice when somebody's really real, like JoJo, who writes her story, and you could relate to that. You never know who needs to hear exactly what you're thinking, or who needs to hear what you have to say. And you're being consistent in being your authentic self can really mean something to somebody. It's nice to meet somebody in a place and then be exactly who they say that they are on Facebook, because people be not just saying. People are not the same person.
And I'm really glad you brought that up, Cheryl. And let me just say that I'm going to look a little different next time you see me, honey. but it'll still be JoJo, just a healthier version of me. But I did recognize a look, and I am able to tune into things with you because we've become like sisters, so close. And it just reminds me of what an amazing family that we are here in Team Takeover, that we have something so special, and we've just begun. Like, we've just begun. Do you realize that we're only a year and a half in? It feels like we've been together forever. You know,
It does.
those of us who started in the beginning, and those of you who are new, I really want you to really grasp that, really understand that this is just the beginning of a legacy. We've only just begun, and that there's been ups and there's been downs, but the ups are so beautiful, and we have these connections forming that are amazing, and we really want you to be a part of that. We want you to be a part of these beautiful connections. So if you're one of the people watching who is shy and isn't presenting yourself on Facebook, take a first step by presenting yourself to us, reaching out to us. And since we brought that up, we're going to talk about what you saw on the post in regards to being a part of the team, showing up. Being a part of the team is truly finding your extended family all over the world. My best friends live in different countries, different parts of the United States. And it's amazing we get the opportunity to see each other at events and so forth. I look at this industry as an opportunity to make new friends. I've made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of friends. And in the beginning, I was scared just like you. And I reached out. In the beginning, you'll hear Cedric on some calls talk about an event in the very beginning of my career. I was in my first company. I was on his team, not signed up to him as I am this time, actually on my sister's team. And I sat in the back of the room taking notes, very attentive. And I quickly realized it was that moment. And it's funny to me that Cedric remembers that moment, Cheryl, where I realized Cedric stood on stage and he told his story of where he had come from and what he had done. And I realized in that moment, we're no different. He's no different than me. He just got started before I did. And if he did it, I can do it too. And I decided not to be afraid and to reach out and to make myself known. And so I started by making myself known to the team, getting interactive in the groups, getting to know the leaders, getting to know the leadership councils of TTO, and did the same thing in my other company. You've got to climb your way up in multiple ways, doing it authentically, genuinely, and bridging connections. So if you're afraid to market yourself publicly on Facebook, break the ice with us, because we are here with open arms to support you and match your every effort. That's what we're here to do. We're not here to drag you along. It's not our job. It's not our job to make you successful. And there is no get rich quick, easy path here. This is self-development, true crash course in self-development. But what we're here to do is we're here to match your every effort. You raise your hand and let us know that you need us. We're there. We're there for you. And then you'll find someone on this team who will be there for you. So I encourage you to start with us.
Right on. Jojo, one of the things we have on that list is staying consistent. You can find people that stay consistent, especially in the leadership council, but not only in just posting or arriving or showing up and being a part of the team, but one of the things that if you're reading into some of the things that Jojo was saying about skincare or about Zen Body, is she's a person that you can follow for consistency. It's one of the things I admire most, especially in that Zen Body, is I watch people make decisions and then they stick to their decisions. And that's something I admire in people. It's like they make a decision and forget it. Come hell or high water, they're going to figure out how to get to the goal of the decision that they made, right? So you watch JoJo stay consistent on Facebook. She stays consistent in Zen Body. She stays consistent with Luminous. She stays consistent with the team. She stays consistent. Quick little kind of thing is, even as a child, I was always felt like, and maybe this will resonate with some of you guys, I always felt like the small kid or the kid that wasn't, as big or as powerful as everybody else. But I learned from a really young age what consistency can do. And if I don't, no matter how big everybody else was around me, consistency can win the game. We used to play this game, Jojo, called King of the Hill when I was a kid. I tell everybody this story. We used to play this game called King of the Hill. I had to be like 4'10" and probably 85 pounds. And it wasn't about the time. And it reminds me of network marketing so much because it doesn't matter. There was no ending time to playing this game. It was whoever got to the top of the hill was king of the hill, right? And I will
You
tell
won a
you,
lot, didn't you?
yeah, it got to the point where I mean, I would take a beating, bloody, this poor little girl, and make it to the top of that mountain because all I would just keep saying to myself is, all I have to do is just keep going. When everyone else is tired, I'll just keep going, keep going, keep going. And it got to the point where people around me would say, we're going to play King of the Hill. And I would show up and they would say, never mind.
So it was,
Never mind.
I can relate to that with Red Rover. So I'd like to mention with the Zen body, you know, when I made this decision that I was going to do this, it really was a defining moment for me.
Yep.
And so the commitment, the decision was that I am going to do this. So that meant on the weeks when I don't lose any weight, when I gain weight, that I would still present that. I would still come forward with that and stay committed to this. Weight loss is a very personal thing. And what a lot of people don't understand about weight loss is that there's a lot of emotional things. What's really unique about Janess and I swore I would never get behind another diet for another company, never. And as you know, I was with Janess for a year before I jumped on Zen Body. I'd started and stopped a few times. What we have here is very unique because we're not just teaching people how to eat, which that in itself is very unique in this industry. Most companies promote products and you will lose weight, but you'll gain it back and you may even risk your health in doing so, because when you eliminate meals and you take supplements that are not exactly good for you and replace healthy, full nutrition with that, you're not going to keep that weight off. It is not sustainable. So we're very unique in the aspect that we're promoting a lifestyle that is sustainable here. And so it's not just product-based. We're promoting food-based living. But we're not only teaching people how to eat and why they want to eat nation in this way, and about blood sugar stabilization and all these important things that they may not know. We're also addressing in this beautiful community that we have why we eat on emotional levels, why we eat. And so that's something very unique that has just kind of grown on its own. And I definitely would give Mark McDonald credit for that, because he has a heart of gold. And knowing that we are with a company who cares about more than just pushing their products, but cares about helping us get true, genuine results with every product we use. That's a company I can be proud of. That's a company that we can stand behind. And I know that many of us do very strongly. And again, we're just getting started. So keep that in mind, you guys, when you're sharing the products, the story. Did you hear the story I just told you?
Yep.
You feel something moved in you when I told you that story.
Yeah.
You thought about something. And I want you to think about that, because every word I'm speaking is truly emanating from my heart space. This is my life I'm living in. This is the results that not only myself, but my customers, my distributors, my friends, our family in Janess is having an amazing result with just improving our lives in many different ways. So could you imagine if you were talking to one of your friends or family or prospective customers and telling this story about what makes Janess so unique, what makes our products so unique? A company that cares. Company that cares about doing more than just pushing products. We're teaching people not only how to eat and how foods work with their body, but we're teaching people, we're talking about why we eat. We're addressing the underlying emotional issues. When it comes to our skincare, we're not just putting stuff on our skin that costs a lot of money and makes you feel pretty for a minute. No, we're putting things on our skin that go beneath our skin and work to improve our glow and our healthy young look. And who doesn't want that? And we have products that actually work on a DNA cellular level, repairing telomeres, and products that are antioxidants. When you talk about our products, are you in love with the story attached to those products? Are you sharing that deep of a story with you? And that's what I'm talking about when I say be a product of the product. You got to know them, you got to use them, You got to love them. And then when you tell their story, you got to tell the product's story. What makes this product so special? I just
Right
think
on.
a bunch of stuff.
That it's it just goes to show how, you don't have to be selling all the time if you're talking about a story like the one that JoJo just, like, I have a story about PM with my girlfriend Rachel. Stayed at her house, took PM. She woke up, hopped out. She was like, "What happened? Why did we sleep so? What time is it?" Like, freaking out, like totally freaking out because she hadn't slept. If you have kids,
Oh, I know. I live by the PM, let me tell you.
yeah, like she woke up and shot straight, scared me to death. Amen. I was like, what happened?
What
But
I
she
love
had
about the
taken.
PM is that I take them about an hour before bed. It's perfect.
Uh-huh.
And in bed and read, because I'm a big reader at night. Really important what I put into my mind before closing my eyes. And then when I fall asleep, what I love is waking up feeling completely refreshed. I used to take other sleeping stuff, and I always woke up with kind of a sleeping hangover, that groggy, kind of unclear feeling. None of that with the PMs and the AMs. I wake up feeling clear and excited and alert. So yeah, I swear by the AM. I use
Throwing yourself out of the bed.
every single product we have, though. There's not one I don't use.
Yeah, the good stuff.
I load up
Exactly.
fit packs. Indeed.
So yeah,
Do you have any
if
questions?
anybody have any questions for JoJo? Look, we have
Would
some
love
people
to
on the line
answer
right
some
now.
direct questions. This is your opportunity. So
This is your opportunity to ask JoJo whatever you want. And if
yeah,
you
ask me
haven't,
anything.
if you're watching this and you haven't friended JoJo on Facebook, you really need to. I think she's amazing at. You can see the life that JoJo leads. I can't. Why it's hard for me to explain right now. I have no idea why, but it is your reality show, and it is not about just one thing or another. But I would ask you, oh, how did you lose weight? Oh, you look so like. There's this picture that JoJo took. Her face is radiant. How could you not ask about?
I'm
Like.
happy. I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy. And the glow you're seeing is absolutely a result of the products and the lifestyle. But I'm also so honored to be aligned with you, Cheryl, and Cedric and all of our leadership council and all of the amazing team and team takeover, and really honored to be aligned with Jeunesse. I trust this company. I trust the leadership. I've gotten to know several of them personally and spent time with them personally. And I know the people we're working with, and I sleep well at night knowing that I can trust Jeunesse to always be proactive in the industry and where it's shifting and to continue growth. It's just exciting to me. In the past, I've been in a company where I was literally charging the way. I was the mentor to corporate, and I had no mentorship above me, and I didn't have this knowing that the company was always going to do their part. And so to be with a company, I know that's going to do their part, but it's in the beginning. I know we're going a little long here, but I want to reiterate that for those who weren't on the call when I talked about this recently. I know we're a 6-year company, and I know we hit $1 billion in 2015. That's some pretty sexy stuff going on there. But we're in the beginning of launching in the United States, Canada, the Latin market, the United Kingdom, all these amazing, powerful markets, Brazil. We are literally in the beginning of these launches. And so a lot of people think, oh, $1 billion company, global, over 100 countries, 6 years in business. It might be too late. Are you kidding me? We literally the official launch in Canada was less than a year ago. When I came on board in December of 2014, Instantly Ageless had just came out a month before, and the unofficial, the company opened in America, but went overseas, focused over there. The first, 5 years of this company were all overseas. So we're blessed to be with a company that's already $1 billion company, already owns its own $10 million corporate building in Orlando and many other buildings all over the world. So has that solid foundation, isn't going anywhere, is number one for a reason. We're on the number one team in the company, the season is right, the timing is right. So to give up on this to me is just insane. I couldn't even imagine doing so. So I know where we're going. I know what we're doing. I'm here for the ups and I'm here for the downs. And in the meantime, I'm losing weight. I'm looking great. Like, where is the loss in any of that? If you have products that really, really work, that are changing your life, you're a part of an amazing team who is just got it. We got it. We're special with an amazing company that's already a $1 billion company, but just launching in your territory. It's wide open. This is the time, my friends. The time is now to really go for this. And we've given you some clues on how you can really build. Trust me, go after customers, because customers are going to convert on their own. Your builders are going to show up. But focus on customer sales and focus on telling the story of the product. There's a story to every product.
Brent says he doesn't have a question, but he has a huge admiration for you, JoJo, and your journey. So isn't Brent so sweet?
Brent is one of my favorite people.
Yep.
Really an amazing, genuine soul, and I have much admiration for him and the entire Canada team, Giselle and
she
Brad.
is on too. Yep.
Oh yeah.
He said hi.
I have some on my team, specifically some really loyal, beautiful souls in Canada, and I love my Canadian team. You guys are amazing. So, and I see Brett and Giselle and Brent rocking it out there. If you're in Canada and you're watching this, you know, I want you guys to remember that just because you may not be specifically in our own lineage, it doesn't matter to us. Reach out to us. We're here to support you.
Yeah, some of my greatest. I love chatting with Brent and G. I call her G, but Giselle, whatever you want to call her. I see Brenda in here. She just blurted right out the date when you said the Canadian launch. She was like January 23rd, 2016 in Toronto.
See, we're still, and I think that's important to remember how early in the beginning we are. We're not even in momentum in these territories yet. But we're with a $1 billion company. I mean, that is huge. Most companies launch in the United States first. And then once they've saturated that market, then they move into Canada and overseas and so forth. So it's like by the time the company is stable and you know they're actually going to stick around, then it's too late. It's too late. That's like joining a company that's 20 years old, or, you know what I mean? You just, the database is too full. The saturation has happened. And I'm not saying I could, if you're me or you're a builder like Cheryl, you could go to, you know, company that rhymes with Ramway, a 60-year-old company, and still generate a monthly income, you know, and generate some money. But you're going to work way harder than you do when you've got something that is the right timing. Because there's this video on YouTube called The Lone Follower. Have you ever seen that? Or The Lone Nut, the first follower?
No.
I'm going to post that. And I'm going to post that for you guys. There's this crazy guy, right? And he's dancing on this lawn, and all these people are sitting around looking at him. He's some weird, crazy hippie dude, my people, dancing on the lawn. And the narrator is saying, you know, he's the lone nut. And a movement isn't a movement with one lone nut. And so we're like, we're in the beginning stages. There was a lone nut. But then the first follower comes along and starts dancing with him. Now, all of a sudden, a second follower comes. Now you've got 3 people. Now it's a movement. And everybody just starts running. And that's the way it happens. When momentum happens, it's like that. It just grows overnight. But until, you know, you get those followers, those few followers, it's not a movement yet. Right?
Right on.
And when momentum happens, it grows. And that's when most people are comfortable jumping on board. Most people want to know that everybody else is doing it. The smart want to do it before everybody else is doing it.
I think I know the video that you're talking about. He's like crazy dancing.
It's hilarious.
And then one person doing them and another, and then boom. So good. Brent posted a link in the chat.
You
box.
rock.
Like, I love it.
Brent. I knew he would know which one I was talking about too. You guys all should watch that video. Seriously, watch that video and really think about that. Think about our timing, think about what we're doing here, and think about the leadership that you're aligned with, not just from a corporate level, but in this team. And develop that level of commitment and reach out to us, break the ice with us. Let us help you to come into your place of confidence so that you can share and make sure that you're plugged in. These hangouts and the tip of the day calls and the team calls, and everyone is going to offer something different. Some of it is going to be growing pains because sometimes we need a little tough love. Some of it, it's going to be just the love you need, that kind heart. We all bring something different to the table, and some of it's going to resonate with you and some of it's not. But I promise you something, if you keep showing up, you'll get what you need to get to go where you want to go.
It's true. You'll notice, like, I start to notice now, like, I know you get to know the person, and I'm like, oh, my heart's going to be so full when JoJo talks. Oh, we're going to get an ear beating if Cheryl Coco talks. No, I'm just like, but I love the different
everybody loves you. And you know what? I'm so glad you just said that. Not because I needed to be pumped up, because I'm going to throw it right back at you, but I'm going to make an example out of you right now.
Uh-huh.
All of our TTO family who is watching this live or watching the recording, you all know how much you love Cheryl Coco. And a lot of you look up to her, and a lot of you think she is one of the most beautiful, powerful, strong women that you know. And you just saw her insecure. You just saw her feeling the way that you feel many days. And I'm only putting you out there, Cheryl.
Oh, you can put me out there because I just made the same face I make when JoJo says you're beautiful.
Get nervous, right? Like, we all get scared. There's been some terrifying moments for me in some of the stuff that I've shared in my weight loss journey. And so we all get scared. We're just like you. We have the same insecurities. And you look at Cheryl Coco and you love her and you're like, man, she's so strong and so funny and so pretty, and she doesn't even need makeup. And oh my God, I wish I could be like her because she's so techie, just so good at techie stuff. I'm talking about how I feel about her. And you may be thinking she's got it all together, and she's learning as she goes, just like you are, just like you are. The only difference between those who are further along than you is we just started earlier and we haven't given up. That's the only difference between us.
It's true. JoJo straight called me out because earlier I did the same face that I did in the beginning of this when JoJo was like, you're so beautiful. I did this face. It's like, stop making that face. So I appreciate the call out, though. JoJo always keeps it real. That's your spiritual gangster talking. She gave it real. I love you too. So,
do we have any other questions before we go?
Anybody have any questions for JoJo? And I'm kind of gonna give you guys a little summary of some of the things that I learned from JoJo. Being a product of that product, understanding how important that our customers are. You guys have until July 10th. Yvonne McEwen put a great post inside of TTO Dream Team that you all should see. Make sure that you go in there. Most likely you're going to want to tag your team in that post so that they see it, because you want to make sure that your team is being compliant and sticking with that customer training that we've done and getting their customers registered and things like that. So you understand the importance of customers and how easy it is to actually get a customer. You saw last week, Michael Newkirk was on, and he gave you guys some great scripts and some great advice on getting customers. And then JoJo just comes in and wraps it up about how telling your own story could be so powerful, and being a product of that product is really, really powerful for you. And even as far as her posting on social media and talking to her friends, you can see the changes everywhere from, radiant skin to a beautiful body, beautiful person inside and out. We get to see that every single day. There are people that want to hear what you have to say, right? Even on social media, it's your reality show that JoJo was talking about. You hear about her journey and what she goes through on a daily basis, whether she's up a few pounds or losing weight. You get to see the real, authentic her. And believe me when I say you will meet the same personality, maybe not the same body like we were saying, but that same personality that JoJo has on Facebook. You could be sure that that's the person that you're going to meet in Orlando when you go, because you're going to Orlando, and it's fine. I just stated it, so now you have to go. But you're going to see that same exact JoJo in Orlando, and that's what people want to see, the real you, not that cookie cutter version that JoJo was telling you guys about. She's consistent. Okay, consistent in her weight loss with Zen Body, consistent in her skincare, luminous, talking to people on a daily basis, on sharing her journey with you guys on Facebook, there is a consistency that you should admire, because I know that I admire that about her. And it's something that we could all learn from. She's a part of this team and wants you guys to all be a part of it. There's never a time that somebody can say that I know that they've reached up to JoJo and JoJo wouldn't reach back and talk to them about whatever they're going through. And if you want the real honest, outlook of your life or what's going on, JoJo has this special way of pointing it out to you where you could smile and you can laugh and you can understand that it's okay for you to, when someone says that you're beautiful, for you to do kind of this thing. And you still feel good about yourself. And you understand that that's really that is your insecurity, and it's okay. Somebody calling me beautiful is my insecurity, and I'm fine with it. Whatever, I'll get over it. But I feel better.
Girl, King of the Mountain.
Yep, King of the Mountain. Stay consistent.
Wait, I want to say something real quick, because you know what? There's always somebody out there who's got a reason why it's not the season. If you're one of the people who's watching this and is saying, well, I don't have a story. I haven't been using the products long enough, or I didn't have the results you had, or if that's the story that you have, I want to remind you that the product has its own story. And that if you can tell the product story, even better yet, there's another story you can tell, their story. And when I say their story, I'm talking about the person you're talking to. See, if you've established a dialogue and you've asked the right questions, you know what they need. So when you tell the story of the product, you're going to tell their story. Cheryl, how's things going in your life, honey? Roll with me.
Great.
Roll with me.
It's going great. Thank you.
Going great?
Yep.
What's going on with your skin there? You just kidding. That was funny, right? So when I open up a dialogue with Cheryl, I can't do it with her. This is too funny. And it's not going to work. Anyways, I find out what's going on with Cheryl. She's upset. She just had her 16th kid, and she's got this baby weight she wants to get rid of. You get the point. I'm just teasing my girl. Tell them their story, what this product can do for them, how this product can improve their life. So if you don't feel that you have your own story to tell, the product has its own story, and the people you're talking to need to hear their story, and you're always welcome to share our stories. That's why we post them. You're always welcome to share ours as well. There's always a way. Where there's a will, there's always a way. So if you're a person who always has a reason why it's not the season to go to work, let that go. Let that go. Decide that you're a person who there's always a way. Don't give up.
True. So true. JoJo, we learned. Oh, am I on?
You're talking. Your voice is coming through, but your picture isn't. There you go.
I'm like, what am I clicking? In my excitement. But, we learn. So, we have so many incredible people inside of TTO, inside of that team. And we're all excited to be a part of TTO and a part of this team. And I absolutely love and adore you guys. Send JoJo a shout out, because this hangout has been, I always learn something from JoJo. From a phone call that it could be 2 minutes to hanging with JoJo, with hanging with TTO.
I appreciate that. And I love all of you guys. I'm really honored to be a part of this team, and I consider each and every single one of you family. And we are Team Takeover, and we're here to take over some stuff. So stick around. Let's begin.
Right on. Thank you guys so much for joining Hanging with TTO. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. Until then, stay plugged in. We are TTO. Stay plugged in.
Stay plugged in.
Keep rocking. All right. Love you guys. Love you, JoJo. Thank you.
Bye.